The chat's gonna do what the chat's gonna do. We gotta talk about this saucy weirdo over here. Listen, I already got my problems with Sus Marquaad, okay? I call him Sus Marquaad because listen, anybody who shows up to another man's house unannounced, I'm talking about Andrew Tate here, okay, with a box of chocolates and some cards, you're weird, okay? He did that.
Yo, I didn't even know he did in that stuff. When you were saying about, I knew nothing about this man. What I literally do is, if a motherfucker got my name in that title, I'm like Candyman. I show the fuck up.
What the? Hey, listen. This is what I'm saying though. Like, hey, listen, just a little bit of research, you know this guy be on some weird shit. And listen, Tommy, we know how you are. You would have easily got on him with that. I mean, who shows up to another man's house with a box of chocolates and a card? Talking about dude was fiending for an interview. This is a whole different country in Romania. This is Andrew Tate we're talking about. So like, this is easy work. Even Fresh thought that was weird.
He did that seriously. I only saw when I came in. I only saw the part where you were showing him standing there with Kevin Samuels, and they say he did that after he had talked shit about Kevin Samuels.
He did do that. He did do that. I actually, that's when I started talking about him because like I'm like, how you gonna call Kevin Samuels a Skittle guzzler? And then turn around and be like smiling with them on what do you call on the pictures and on Instagram. That don't make any sense. So you like, and then he did a whole live stream basically talking about how I met Kevin Samuels at Vegas. It's like, oh, like he played this whole thing. He's a clout demon. Get back to the Sus Marquaad thing because that's what I want to talk about here. So look, I call him Sus Marquaad. We already explained that. All right, but now you got some ammo going forward. Let's talk about this. So this was after Fresh and Fit. Now. Let kind of go over because it seemed like he was trying to hold you responsible for basically the comments you made by making it seem like you were some kind of, like bitch for saying it, even though the dude left. But what I pointed out earlier was one girl hinted at the diapers, another girl commented on the diapers, and then you chimed in. My thought process was you were basically, I'm assuming, and I don't know, this is where I'm glad that you can clarify this for me. I'm assuming you probably picked up on what those girls were saying, and then you followed up with the comments you made that Sus Marquaad then jumped on you for. Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing I don't like. He knows how a show works. Why would something have just happened? And I would sit there and say, well, I can't say nothing now that this thing that just happened because I didn't say nothing before when it didn't. Why would they even want me on the show if I refuse to speak on what I just saw? And if my logic was, I never said anything to him while he was up here. I didn't cuss him out while he was here, so I'm not going to do it now. When the other people who were weighing in on it, they didn't do it either. You might have saw what he was doing as a weird shtick, but it's his shtick. Who am I to try to tell him that his shtick isn't working?
Right.
So I'm sitting there, and when they were making their comments, and here's what's funny. You notice I didn't say anything really bad about him.
Mm-hmm.
My comments were just, so when he said, you're talking about somebody behind their back. And lastly, the dude was still in there. If you didn't notice, after I was doing that, somebody came in and picked up the diapers. That was his manager.
Yeah.
He was still there. So if he really wanted to do something to me, he could have came and did it to me. Hell, as a matter of fact, why is Marquetta more upset at what I said about dude? And dude ain't made no videos about what I said about dude.
I think
we talk about people every day behind their back by his logic.
This is what we're speculating. It's a clout play. It's a clout play. That's the only way we can rationalize this because it didn't make any sense why he would target you and then leave out all these other people who were also getting in on the conversation. It was a target play because, again, this is what I speculated. Not a lot of people like you on the internet, and I think you know that already, Tommy. I think you already know that. I think he's playing to that because no matter what, people try to clown you, right? So even if he could be wrong, and even what he was trying to the whole DJ Vlad thing, like you've been on DJ Vlad before, but you've never been knocked out, right? Or
no, I've never been knocked out. First off, I ain't never been knocked out anywhere. So
So where did that all?
You listen to niggas are, excuse me. When you listen to black folks are like the women who raised them because a lot of them, they have arguments trying to piss you off by saying things that, like how your person Tammy, like you grown ass people. I am 48 years old. If you can offend me or any other adult like that, go right on ahead. But it's just weird that these people don't try to have a discussion with you. They all try to have a got you moment. And their got you moment is always some damn lie. They just expand the lie. You got knocked out. I'm like, where? When? Tyreek punked you. Well, what did he do? He had a camera in one hand and a phone in the other. Was he trying to fight? Let me ask you, if somebody walk up with two burgers in their hand, are they trying to fight? And if you hit them while they got two burgers in their hand, what would people say about you? You sucker punched them.
Yeah.
This nigga didn't have a free hand. He had a camera in one and a train in the other one. He didn't put his hands on me. He didn't bump me. He didn't shoulder me. He didn't elbow me. But people are saying I somehow was supposed to whoop his ass when he showed up. Now, last I checked, if you a big tough guy and you done went all the way, and even Vlad said this when he was on Whack 100 show a month ago. He said, well, if Tyreek was really trying to fight him, he'd have waited for him to go out in the parking lot. He'd have been by himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Tyreek was trying to do something to me, the parking lot, I walked in by myself. I walked out by myself.
Where I'm coming from. I'm assuming you're cool with Fresh and Fit. That's an assumption for me. I'm not sure if that's cool, right? Okay, fine. He's also cool with Fresh and Fit. So why is he coming at you the way he's coming at? That's where I want to get this story to. What are your thoughts on that, since you're cool with the whole crew?
Well, and see, that I didn't know either. I didn't know anything about him. And if you notice, that bothered him that I said I didn't know him. That was the first thing that came out of his mouth. Like, that was bothersome. He was like, I don't believe anybody doesn't know me. And I was like, nigga, you got 100,000 subscribers. I got like 12 of them fucking plaques in my house. Literally got 12 of them. It doesn't take me long to get 100,000 subscribers like it probably would. But you're right. I did look at it. I told a guy, I said, it's just, all I said was it looked like he probably like that bitch who is your mod, that he ain't used to nothing. So when he gets something, he then turn around and act that way about something. You know, give a nigga a little bit of power. The niggas act like an ass. Next thing you know, they try to run your shit.
Sus Marquaad know where I live. I've been calling him out to fight. He called me out for a fight. He still didn't take.
I'm about to say. I think they said that he's supposed
to know what gym I work out at.
Okay, they said something about he was willing to fight you, but they said something about you being short. Is that you?
I think I'm 5'9". Okay, whatever. Height don't matter. And I beat his ass still. I'll whoop his ass. It don't mean nothing. Since when has height ever stopped me from knocking somebody out?
You what they said.
You notice how that was an excuse. All these excuses, he don't want the smoke. He's been conveniently ignoring me because, like, okay, I think the mistake I did was I put up a clip of me fighting. And after that, he was done with it, right? But he's right, yeah, because all the people I fight, because I hit too hard. That's my problem.
Wait a minute, what kind of fighting you do? Like mixed martial arts?
No, just boxing. I'm a pressure fighter.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. All right. Well, so to me, it was just the whole thing was weird because he should have. Where was his smoke for Myron? And Myron didn't say anything about him until he left. Fresh said nothing about him until he left. So why was? And then what the fuck kind of, that's just not manly. And you to hold like a 2-hour show and then go 2 more hours on I'm not manly? I don't know you, nigga. Your glasses ain't manly. Your fucking shirt ain't manly. Your shoes ain't manly. Nigga, Dexter ain't manly. I don't know what the fuck he talking about. It's weird to sit up there and just keep on, how I gotta listen to your ass tell me what's manly. That's weird as shit. What kind of shit is it? So I'm supposed to go around and play like hopscotch with watching this nigga online tell me what the fuck is manly. Manly is what ain't manly is all these niggas doing YouTube trying to be me behind me, but hating me as they do it. Because your ass wasn't doing it before. Whatever degree you had, whatever all this shit you know, you wasn't doing that shit. You now on YouTube, nigga.
He was a teacher. He was a teacher and a political science major.
Right, just like Kevin Samuel, all these niggas took me and then became a version of me. Oh, I was in IT and I graduated from this. They all said the same fucking shit. And they got it from me. These niggas didn't have none of this shit. What are these degrees that niggas was beforehand? These niggas didn't exist. Now they all coming out the woodwork with microphones telling men what to do. What were they doing it before? I'm not. So if these people hate me, I get it. But I'm the nigga that put food on your plate. Before me, you wasn't important. Before me, wasn't nobody listening to you. Who the fuck was listening to Kevin Samuels in the streets every day? I tell you guys something. Nobody was doing it. Nobody was listening to this nigga. Nobody was listening to Marquette. And let me tell y'all something, Marquetta, nobody know this nigga. Where's his friends at? Where's the niggas that knew him before the internet? He ain't got none of them niggas hanging with him. If this nigga was doing all this shit with the NFTs and shit, he don't even know what the fuck that is. He thought it was a division in football. He said NFT, yeah, that's what them motherfuckers play.
Hey, did you hear? Tom, did you hear about the crypto rug pull? You know you're familiar with Destiny, right? Destiny and his content. You remember that he debated Destiny, and this guy couldn't understand what NFT is, right?
No, but he talking about he
couldn't
stupid.
Why did you call him out? Why did you?
I didn't find out
You had
any
a
of this shit
with him. You could have
Sir,
done
I didn't find out. I didn't know who this sweet nigga was. I didn't know who this sweet nigga was. I just saw a sweet nigga talking about me.
You could have already know he was on some saucy shit.
That's why he won't bring me back.
Come on,
bring me back, nigga. Bring me back. And that's what I told him. I said, I'm never going on nobody else's show and trying to be respectful again. You wonder why I'm cussing at the motherfucker in the comment section? Because I tried to be respectful to this nigga.
That was the first thing I said when I started the stream. That was the dumbest thing you should have done. He's known for doing this.
I didn't know who this nigga was.
The last person he did this to, Tommy, was MLD. He's also Friends of Fresh and Fit. You understand? This guy attacks Friends of Fresh and Fit. I don't know why he does that. I just find it weird. But I maybe.
Well, I was about to ask you, what are your thoughts of why he would do that? Like he won't. He's friends with Fresh and Fit, but then he'll attack the other people who try to be friends. Is he like a jealous like girlfriend, like Mean Girls?
Like yeah. But he also needs clout. It's clout. It's clout. It's both of that, right? Because it's a jealous girlfriend. Because he's desperate, but he also wants the clout. That's
because he told me what I was doing was immoral.
I mean,
I was like, and I know what words mean. I know most of these niggas don't, but I'm like, immoral? What the fuck? Then child molestation is what? Since what I did is immoral. Murder is what? Since what I did was immoral.
Listen. But that's my problem. Like again, like with these pill popping, I call them pill poppers. But that's my issue with them, right? Because then they start going on. First of all, I don't like obviously we have prejudice and whatnot, right? But when we're out trying to judge people on their lifestyle, I'm like, okay, only God can judge. Who the fuck are you, right? But a lot of people got other things in their closets too when they're sitting there kind of trying to judge people. And when they come at it from this moral or ethics or all these different things, like they have the juice on what morality is, then I start to have a problem with you. And this is actually the basis of a lot of my criticism for these guys, because then who the fuck are you to tell me how I live my life is different? But I'm watching how y'all are living online. I would consider, in my perspective, I'm better than y'all, right? And that's the thing, right? Maybe I'm not as rich or anything like that, but like compared to my ethics are better. So then when you sit there and preach morality, it's just weird. That's why it was strange where he went to the argument with you on the morality part, trying to make it seem like, well, what are your ethics when you're talking behind somebody's back? Which I don't even think you were doing that.
Right. I didn't understand that logic. And even here's what I did notice, though. I noticed this because there's a lot of niggas that were fans of mine. Like, again, they used to sit and watch YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm your favorite YouTuber. These motherfuckers weren't YouTubing. They was somewhere delivering packages. They used to watch me and laugh, tell their girl about it. And the next thing they knew, it was something they could do. And then once they started doing it, motherfuckers would tell them, well, you kind of sound like Tommy and shit like that. So then they start to hate Tommy. It's some puss ass nigga that make videos now. This nigga was like one of my biggest fans. Now everything he see me do is wrong. This nigga said, I didn't know you did that when you said that to that black woman. I said, you mean back in 2015? So in 2024, you now mad at something I said in 2015? Something you told me just 3 years ago, that bitch was wrong. But now you got a new audience and calling people coons is the big thing to do now. So you being extra pro-black is what you want to be now. And so you want to attack what I said in 2015? That don't make sense. But these niggas are just, they make, and I look at him and I notice this. What really bothers people is they say, he's not on YouTube anymore. They throw that in my face, which is weird. Black folks telling you that white folks banned you from something is a diss now. Niggas is weirdos. That's why YouTube banned. You mean the white people? You mean the white people that you went to Since you want to talk about slave catchers, you had to go to the white man and tell him that you couldn't turn yourself away from me. You needed him to have me where I don't exist. That's nigga shit. But I ain't on here no more. But then when I go on Fresh and Fit or anybody else's show, and then when I know it really hurt their feelings. When they turn on Fox News and they saw my black ass up there, that hurts your feelings. You got me off YouTube, put me on national TV, you bitch. How about that? But then you turn around.
You always had experience with national TV though.
Yes.
Even before that. So
from day one. But so then when I go on Fresh and Fit and it's like, oh shit, he's the number one guest they asked this motherfucker other than the Tate guy. It's me.
Yeah.
So if you imagine that pisses you off when you see me go somewhere. If you say Tommy gonna be on the show, your number's gonna double. Your number's gonna triple. Even Marquaad, he hadn't even told people that I was on the show. Apparently, people started saying it. His shit jumped. It went up 800 more watching. From what was watching to when I jumped on, it almost doubled.
That's the one thing I even said on the show before you came on, right? Even though people love to hate you, right? You still got fans out here. So I mean, even though some of them they probably just want to watch it. Listen, you even got me rolling out here clowning Marquaad. Okay, so you definitely you got something. So you got fans, you got people who still fuck with you and shit like that.
Hell, they're on YouTube. I go on Rumble. I can go on live on Rumble right now. 2,000 people will watch me. This is Rumble, not YouTube. YouTube, the largest search engine in the world. Rumble is not. So how are my numbers on Rumble still beating motherfuckers' numbers on YouTube? How's that possible? That will tell you something. My people travel with me, but I'm good at what I do. So when people try to tell y'all things like, we don't want him up here, don't bring him, don't listen to him, don't do a show with him, it's because they don't want you to be able to do something that they can't do. Some of y'all might listen to me and say, I agree with some of the shit he says.
No, I think it was wrong the way he tried to bully you, Sus Marquaad. Because he was trying to do that. That's what he was doing.
Well,
one thing I want to ask you about is this. Because there was the last part before you came on here. We were talking about what were your thoughts when he was saying, "Oh, I'm not trying to diss you. I'm not trying to be rude. I've always had respect for you." But meanwhile, the title of that video, he was calling you a simp and all this other shit. What were your thoughts on that? And I don't know. I didn't play the rest of the video, but did you call him a hypocrite for like? Because I know you had that said something about that.
Well, here's what I pointed out. Here's what I typically pointed out. Or in that I pointed out. I said, you're telling me that you have respect for me. But it doesn't appear based upon either, I think I said the title of the show, and based upon how I see even the people that are around you speak about me. And I know y'all hate it. And the reason I pointed out what goes on in the comment section, because I know so you go, so they go. When you say, oh man, this girl so-and-so, don't talk bad about her, they ain't gonna start calling her a name because you just said that. And I had proof in that video with him, because when that guy with the man bun came on the show and pulled his hair down and they were calling him gay and they kept calling him sus and zesty, he said, hey man, we don't do that. He ain't did nothing wrong. Do you know as soon as he said that, they stopped doing it? Soon as he said, but when it was me, it was okay to do it. So y'all get a kick out of it. So y'all let it happen. But if it's your mama was up here and they didn't know it was your mama and they said, who's that ugly bitch? I guarantee you they would get blocked and you would say to them in the comment section, hey, that's my mom. Don't be talking to my mom like that. And that's the difference. Y'all pick and choose who y'all want to have respect for. And that's ugly. If I brought you on my show, I ain't gonna let nobody sit up here, drop your name, drop nothing. They're gonna call you Duke or they're gonna get the fuck out. But we as black people, we don't do that. Well, not as black people, as these content creators. As content creators, we know what sells, and that's what he was doing. He knows. So when he says, I respect you, I actually believe he do. Underneath the fake, don't listen. There's a caveat. Underneath the fake hate, because the biggest thing that lets you know he respect me is when I told him I didn't know who he was and it hurt him.
But here's the thing, Tommy. I think he gets like that with everybody because he has an ego problem. right? And that's what I was explaining earlier. Because like I don't know, I don't know if it's a mental thing or whatnot, but like he has to be acknowledged as that guy who is better than now. Like I feel as though like when you came in, because here's the thing, because some other YouTubers do this, a lot of YouTubers do this, where some of them they act like, because he's done this. That's why I don't know if you saw that part where I criticize him for doing that. I'm like, you've done this to me. Because when somebody called him out in his chat, he tried to pretend like he didn't know who I was, right? Even though he's seen my videos and all that stuff. A lot of these guys, they do this shit, right? So I'm thinking he probably thought you were trying to do that to him, like kind of like trying to little boy him or something like that. And his ego couldn't take it, right? And that was the thing. That's
just his thing.
It's a mental. He does that. He's done that with Destiny. He's done that with MLD was the last one he did that to. That was a similar one to you, where MLD said, I didn't know who you were, and then he went in as crazy as he did with you.
Why does he think he's bigger than he is, though? He got like 100,000 subscribers. This is weird.
He's crazy.
He can see if he had millions, but he doesn't.
I think it's because he's been on.
If I was able to make a YouTube channel today, in 2 months, I'd have 100,000 subscribers. In 2 months.
It's a special kind of crazy. That's why we clown him. Like I don't mind clowning him. Like listen, like because it's one of those that I don't understand the mentality of people like that. Like it was a clip he put up where he when he was going after DJ Academics, and I think it was like when DJ Academic called him a dweeb, and he's a guy he seemed like he was picked on in high school, all that. He came out with a response saying, "I've never been picked on in my life ever."
Shit.
Like I'm like, yo, hold up. I still got the
that's a lie.
I got the tape. I think I got the tape.
No, I'm saying he know that's a damn lie. He ain't never been picked on.
I know, but think about it. What kind of hold on, I got the tape right here.
Being made fun of. And the reason is because when I was young, no one ever made fun of me. No one ever fucked with me. No one ever looked at me like, yeah, we want to bully that guy. We want to fuck with that guy. That never happened.
I got the tape. I got the tape. You see what I mean?
Here's what's funny, y'all.
The mental problem.
Oh, I gotta say this. You gotta let me say it. What's hilarious about that clip is you'd want to make fun of him while he's sitting there just looking at him. This is the self-awareness of a lot of these niggas on YouTube is amazing. You sitting there looking like a whole fruit basket. You look he is literally sitting up there looking like RuPaul's nephew.
Oh my God.
Talking about, I've never been made fun of in my whole life. Nobody's ever said anything about me. What? We're saying it now. If it's never been said about you, sir, I'm saying it right now. This is insane. There's no mirrors in his house. It must have been somebody else filming this shit. He must have woke up and just threw on whatever he found on the floor, and it was the bitch he was fucking that night. Sir, is that what it was?
Hey, I thought this shit was ridiculous, dude. I'm cracking them because that's the first shit I said. I'm like, bro, the fact that you said this, it makes me want to clown you for just saying that, bro. Like, what? Like, and plus, like, that's how I know you probably didn't grow up with friends, because, like, every homie I got, some of my homies today, they clown me, bro. I've been roasted by these two. So, like, bro, if no one ever thought to make fun of you, they don't like you. That's just what it is. I'm not saying,
if nobody made fun of him, he wasn't around nobody. This nigga was a loner. He would have had no friends. There wasn't nobody around him. This nigga had his own table at the lunchroom.
Oh, my goodness.
The retarded kids like, I'm not going to sit with him. That don't make sense. Bro. How could he be over there by himself? The teachers felt bad. They used to feed this nigga his lunch with a broom handle. Just here you go, Marquaad.
Hey, yo, nah. He said feed him with a broom handle. He looked like that nigga too that eat off a broom handle, bro.
I just don't understand. And that's why when they kept calling me zesty, I was reading the comments. I said, if I'm zesty, what the fuck is this nigga? Are these mother? That's why I always call people out on their comment section.
Hold on. I got
assholes. They will just sit up there and agree with whatever another motherfucker say. I like you, so I'm gonna agree with everything you say.
But ass.
Wait a minute. Is that really him?
That's him.
You're lying.
That's why
Oh
I
my
call him sus.
God.
That's why I call
He
him.
got all this fucking footage.
Listen, Tommy, you should have done your research, honestly. You really should. Hey, I'd have peer reviewed that shit for sure, bro. Like, I tell you,
This nigga got a whole bunch of fucking. You just roll the footage. It's just fruity.
hey,
It's fruit by the foot.
hey, let's
Just
not even
fruit.
the worst of it. Like this guy lied about his companies. He lied about his technology app. He scammed crypto. There's a lot with this guy, bro. And I'm surprised. Like he's been on and been allowed to get away with the beefs that he's been getting himself in with like DJ Academics, Adam 22. Like he's been allowed to get away with. No one.
He's a clout chaser. Call it what it is.
Go ahead.
He's a clout chaser. Call it what it is.
Yeah,
if he's arguing with these men like this, for him to even say that his thing is manhood and all he's doing is going after men who have bigger numbers than him to get their attention. And you call it what it is, but they won't. This man keeps putting other men's name in his mouth. And like I said, when you keep showing me them little bit of footage, you gonna talk about Myron might have looked suspect. I could see Myron was joking or whatnot. This nigga for real. This nigga dressing for real. This nigga sit up there. I mean, all the footage you got of this nigga, just roll it down. It's fruit by the foot. You swear this nigga was a whole fucking, like it's just crazy.
He flew to another country to go visit.
Go to a nigga's house with chocolate.
Cards and chocolates, my dude. Like, think about that. Don't forget that. That's weird. That's weird. I mean, listen, I'm sure like Andrew Tate, I'm not sure if he's in your cards to interview, right? But you're not gonna fly over to Romania with some cards and shit to try to get an interview.
No.
Right? Is that what you would do? Like, listen, people call him sus for that. Like, I think it's sus, but partially it's kind of what you said earlier. He's a clout chaser. That was the ultimate clout chaser move. Let me fly all the way to Romania. Let me pull up to this nigga's house and see if I can force an interview. That's exactly what that was. I mean,
somebody in your comment section said, "Imagine that dude at your door." Think about that. You open your motherfucking door. This motherfucker there.
But ass.
And too late for this shit, nigga.
I didn't so fast, bro. Hell no. Hell no. I
didn't sign up for this.
What we talking about? Get that nigga out of my house. Get him out.
Hell no.
Get the
oh, that is horrible.
Oh my goodness.
And wait a minute. And he recorded that himself, thought that was gonna be cool, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He was teaching these boys how to have sex.
And listen. He said he was teaching these boys how to have sex. You ain't shit. You thought that ain't what he was doing.
Hey, you asshole, man.
That's called what you said. You know what he was doing.
About Tommy. You know exactly what I mean. Fuck this nigga, dude. Oh, hell.
It ain't, man. It ain't.
Tommy, man, come on. You good. You good. I like this. This is good.
God, dog. But it does not tell you he don't have no friends. Your friend didn't tell you not to put this out.
I don't think he does. Somebody should have called him and told him this shit was not a good idea, bro.
No,
but ass.
Cool about that. That is the most corniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Wait a minute. He edited it.
Yeah, that was him.
Like he didn't see it. It wasn't like it was. No, he edited this and was like, "Yeah, they gonna love this."
Oh,
his mind.
That was bad. Listen, that's what I'm saying. That's why I found it so strange. Someone like that came after you, right? So I mean, you damn, bro. Like again, it makes sense that you actually did, because that was my thing too. I thought you were capping about that, because I think that's what
I swear to God in heaven. As a matter of fact, I even told him that's what made him more upset. I said, go to my Instagram right now and look under my last picture. I had just gotten home from Miami, and I was sitting down with my girl. I said, I took a picture of my TV, and I said, I finally got home. I'm finna watch a movie. And somebody first comment, they said, the saint and the sinner is talking shit about you. I said, who the fuck is that? That was the first comment. It's still there. Who the fuck is that? So I was bored. And I said, let me get up and go see what the fuck these niggas is talking about. So I went and looked it up, and there this nigga was. So I sat there and I saw it said, Tommy's a simp. And did you hear him tell me why he said I was a simp? Because he said I didn't go off on the girl and tell her she couldn't find a man because she did OnlyFans.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Y'all do a lot of that trying to tell a motherfucker what he should have said or how he should think or how he should say something. I'm thinking, man, what works for you don't work for me. I get that you don't want to do it. I get that it's a lot of things I do that don't work for other people, and I would never tell them to do it. Just like even when I was telling that man, congratulations to a nigga. I'll do a show sometimes with a dude, and we call it the Guru and the Whore. And when we do the show, I talk about how I don't date single mothers. He's married to one.
Yeah.
He don't sit up there and say, "Don't say that shit, nigga." He knows what make me happy don't make him happy. As a matter of fact, I even point out, but this nigga happy as shit with his woman. I ain't. So how the fuck I'm gonna tell him what to do? It's a stupid argument.
Yeah, you're right.
So I know it's some shit I don't put up with, but I know that shit is on the other side. Somebody else got a better way of dealing with it.